Well, hello there everybody, this is Tigitar here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. It's been a little while now since I've done any video. Very sad. It's been like a month or something, but I finally have a little window to do a little recording here. And so what I wanted to do was show off my Minecraft base that I think I mentioned it last time. So on the last video we did a little tour of the scavenger hunt that I set up to get to this point. And we ended here at this black door. We actually had just gone through it by tossing a golden carrot on the ground here. It opens up the door briefly. You can jump on through. So this is the little portal room to basically the ancient jungle where I have built my base. So let's go ahead and jump through here and check it out. I won't cut the video off this time, so here we are. And I waited till nighttime as well to start the intro here because I think it looks way cooler at night. So here we are. We're in the ancient jungle and we can immediately see basically just a bridge going across with two large ancient Pantherian guardians or something like that, I guess. And then we've got a cool jungle here. I doubled up these jungle trees. I just grew jungle trees on top of one another to get the trees super tall. And then I added a handful of glowberries, and actually that's mostly all there is in the trees themselves that add the glowing effect. And I also put this little black stone pathway through the jungle with some lights as well to lead you through the first bit of the jungle to this bridge, which sort of splits in two parts around my main beacon right here. There's a third guardian right here overwatching the bridge and the river. And then on the other side of the river is the temple itself, which is my actual base. So let's start off on the near the portal here, and I'll just give you a quick rundown of everything that I've got here. I've got a fair amount of animals. I collected some foxes, ocelots. Actually, the ocelots I think spawned here, and I just bred them a couple times. I did manage to bring a handful of pandas back, and I've bred all the different kinds of pandas, although by now a lot of them are escaping out of the jungle over the barrier wall that I set up, which is not very strong containment, let's say. There's a lot of creatures out in the plains there where it looks like there's some zombies approaching. Theoretically, those guys shouldn't be able to get over the wall. We'll see what they do. But all of the vines on the trees, I think, just make it so that animals randomly climb the vines and then go over the fence. So a lot of the animals are sort of escaping gradually. But there's a good amount here still, so the jungle definitely has life to it. And yeah, the whole ground layer here, I've added lighting in the ground underneath the new moss carpet and under these bushes here. And so the whole ground should be spawn proof, all mob proof inside of the walls. And then up in the trees, in this first section, I did build a little bit of some tree platform up here, as mostly for fun, but also just to give character to this first half of the jungle where I didn't have where the temple was not. So you just have to climb up the vines to get onto the platform, and then you can just explore it around a bit. It branches off in a few different directions. Just have plants and vines and greenery, as much as I could get in here, really. And then there's a little bit of a sort of a workspace over here. There's a bunch of netherrack sitting here that is actually waiting to be delivered to somebody else on the server for a big project that they're doing. There's a whole bunch more of it up here that I simply just have not moved from when I had temporary storage here. So anyway, that needs to be taken care of at some point. But let's just forget about that for now. We have a little outdoor library up here in the trees. And then if we explore the other platforms, there's sort of some guest quarters on here. There's like a couple of beds set up here along with other miscellaneous furniture items to kind of give it some life. Little staircase over here that takes you up to the outdoor kitchen section. And you know what, I'm gonna pop my wings on and see if I don't kill myself from fall damage, which I almost did because I apparently didn't activate them. Okay, let's go back up the vines. Okay, let's take a quick look up these stairs. More platforms this way, a couple cats. We've got Pinballer right here hanging out on a little bench. This is a very viney living area for a guest, potentially. Another bed set up over here, just a handful of random things. And then we can climb up this vine to get to the, I believe, the last section of platform up here. You can kind of overlook the rest of the platforms, which is mostly below this part. And this is where the last little bit of platform is. So that's all we have here. Mostly it just adds a little bit of character to this half of the jungle. And then we can go ahead and drop down here. Another thing that I will show, we have guest quarters inside of the Panther statues. So each statue has like a little guest room in it, and there's a button to open these doors, but it's kind of tricky with the vines growing in them or over them to sneak through in time. But yeah, we jump inside here and we've got a little guest bed, a little counter space, just basically living quarters for a potential guest. I believe, yeah, up here actually, there's a little secret area. If you climb all the way up the vines, there's a little hangout spot in the very top of the statue as well. So that's pretty fun. I had a really good time actually decorating the interior of these things. It makes each one feel like its own like little Airbnb kind of. We'll go check out the other one over this way. Okay, second statue here. Sneak through, a couple more chairs, some books, another painting, and then the bed right up here. Not too much to it. Let's head back towards the bridge now. I think that's pretty much everything on the first little island. Oh, I see the sky just beginning to get light, so the sun should be coming up soon. But from the bridge, I don't know if you noticed earlier, there's something in the water down here. I have a little bee farm set up underneath the water here in its own little glass dome. And there's access right here. I haven't put like a real decorated access tunnel or anything in here, but for now it's just right there. And you can jump in and sort of visit with the bees. It's a auto collection system for the honey or honeycombs, bottled honey or honeycombs, although I have not kept up with the maintenance, and all of the hives are full. The shears that I had are broken, and if there are any glass bottles are pretty much used up. I like this project just because it was cool and fun more than the actual functionality of collecting honey. And let's head over to the second part of the jungle here. So across the bridge here, we have, off this way we can go check out the third statue here with the last guest quarters in here. We have another little Airbnb, stairs that go up to the bed, and not too much in here. Big painting here, little bench you can sit and watch it. And then if we head outside, there's not a whole lot other than just flowers and everything that I've placed around the rest of the jungle over here. But we can take a look around the temple before we hop inside. However, there is actually over on this side a little beach that I have lit up with these fancy little lights and some lights in the sand as well, just to light up the beach and have this as like a fun little hangout spot. I could definitely build some more furniture, like little beach stands or something out here that would probably look pretty cool, but I have not really done much with it. Looking back towards the jungle over here, and also there are a couple of goats here, because I brought those guys over as well. They don't fit the jungle super well, but they don't look like, I don't know, they don't look lost at least, or that lost. A couple other pandas over on this side, and here's the lazy pandas right over here. They don't make it very far from that spot right there. Ooh, and it's raining as well. I wonder if it's going to be a thunderstorm. If you notice, there are a couple of those little like white floating things in the sky. There's one there, one back up there. Those just have lightning rods on them to prevent lightning from burning down the jungle potentially. So that's all those are for. And also I apologize for any frame rate drop you notice, because I don't know what it is with my computer. It does not like to use the graphics card to its full potential to run Minecraft. Anyway, ongoing problem that I've had. But let's check out the temple. Here's the front door. We'll go in. There's a couple of guardians here watching the front door. We got Flash and Jags. And if we step inside, there's a front carpet and kind of just the main level living space here. Big entryway for guests, a couple of big tables with some snacks on them. Just some basic decoration stuff, I suppose. I tried to fill out the walls and the ceiling as best I could to give it color and texture everywhere. And then the two I guess there are two fountain features on this floor, but behind those there's little balcony levels as well to add sort of more dimensions to this room than just having a big flat space on the floor. Here's the map of the area here. That's quite nifty to look at. You can see the little dots where the lightning rods are that I was just talking about. We got Bucket Johnson hanging out up here on this level. Over here we got Goliath and just some basic decoration stuff. None of this has like super special purpose or anything. I just tried to make it look cool and I don't know if I did it or not. It at least looks kind of full. We got Heart up here, little bird, and then we'll head probably up these stairs here to check out the roof level. Pretty much the same floor layout space as down below, but here we have some outdoor furniture, and then there are three actual towers kind of that extend up from here. You can go inside each one, check it out, and you can go up on top of them as well. I have a few saplings and rooted dirt surrounded by trapdoors. I tried to make like a big pot or planter thing. Overall it's kind of bulky, but I think it's okay. And a trick I used, I put some string up above the floating above these saplings to make sure that they don't grow. Although this is a dark oak, so it's a bad example. It won't grow anyway. The jungle potentially could, although jungle saplings are picky as well. Oh, here's something interesting too. I sort of had to customize a bend in this tree here and also that one over there. It's hard to see from this angle, but they were growing where I wanted to build the temple. So I basically chopped them down in half after I had already grown them taller, and then built the temple, and then afterwards bent the trunk around outside the temple so it could still sort of reach the ground there. So it does look kind of unnatural, but I think it's okay, and it keeps these trees sort of filling in the sky here. Otherwise it would probably look a little empty and open. There's also one of the mountain goats has climbed that tree and has been sitting there for quite a while now, so I kind of like that. There's a little lookout station up here. I think that's supposed to be looking that way through the spyglass, and then the final tower over on this side, or this corner. A couple of armor stands in here, and then just more of the same up on top. So that's basically all of the roof, I believe. Now we can head inside, go down the stairs, and we'll continue downwards to where the fun happens. So we've got sort of the big show-off room here. This is like the party where you take the special guests. You have the cat collection is here. Guy, Tosh, all these guys hanging out here. Zeratul definitely a very important one. We have a Frank the Sanctifier. Shout out to Frank, who was watching me build a lot of the scavenger hunt that led here on my Twitch stream when I was working on that. And then there are also a few birds up here. They're kind of tough to see though, their names without jumping up. Peep 99, a bunch of things. We got Floofy and Swooshy over here as well. And then this side has the dance floor with the jukebox next to it, of course. I do manage to have all the different records here. Really excited about that, including other side. This one I got pretty lucky and found after a little bit of searching, after I looked up how to find it. But then I kept looking for like hours and hours for a second one. Never found a second one. So I had no idea how rare that thing actually was until I started looking for it like a second time. So anyway, I only have one, but one should be good enough. Have a little pile of loot over here. And then these stairs in the center, there's a spiral staircase that goes down to the actual functioning base. drops you right into the storage room here. And I went for a sort of weird angular organization for the chests. And then blackstone wall and whatever these are, not warped, crimson fences. So wait, I can look at this actually, I forget. Crimson fence, yeah. Okay, we got crimson fences combined with the blackstone walls to sort of provide, I don't know, to make it so that it's not just a big wall of chests. Because that's one thing that my storage rooms always turn out like. And with these in front of the chests, it actually makes it look a lot nicer, I think. And it doesn't really hurt the access to the chests. And I think it looks really cool. I used item frames to sort of depict my general organization. Basically, I have blocks all across the outer two walls there. And then in the center here, we've got books on this side, which I've got from villagers. And I basically try to keep a stockpile of them for when I need to rebuild gear from when accidents happen. And then armor and tools and weapons here. On the inside, we've got sort of miscellaneous, I guess, some furniture items in here. Special stuff, some heads, a few of the more rare items that you can't get too easily. Although records, I do have a good supply of, as you can probably tell. I have a creeper farm and I put a skeleton in there so I can generate a bunch of those. Oh yeah, I got a few axolotls in here. And then on the other side here of the center is mob materials, I guess, kind of, and basic materials. And then other side we've got plants and food. And the ores and in Terraria I'd call it ores and bars over on this side. And now the really cool thing about this system is from the other side of the wall you can access these chests, so you can grab your diamonds or whatever you need from here while you're over here working in the forge with the furnaces and the smithing tables and all this stuff. So that's one of the coolest things I thought was being able to access the storage room from both sides of the wall here. Over here we've got the sort of netherite production, starting with gold, refining it, and then over on this side we get the gold ingot and combine it with the netherite scrap. We pull this lever and it drops this iron block down and squishes it together, and we get a netherite ingot out. So that's what I imagine, at least. And then with that you can come over to the main workstation and upgrade your tools and stuff. So let's move over to the other side now of the storage room next, I suppose. And same idea with the chest access for these books. We have the library with enchanting, also a little bit of map making. And so you can enchant things and enchant your gear with the anvils easily with all of the books that you can access from this side of the wall. And then let's move in. The rest of it is going to be mostly cosmetic. We've got the kitchen in here, a whole bunch of food to be prepared. I guess I do have a whole bunch of smokers in here which are functional, but I actually haven't used them at all because I've been eating mostly golden carrots recently. Got a little pantry back this way as well, unstocked. And I thought these looked kind of like toasters or something. Also, I haven't mentioned the banners yet. I came up with 3 different custom banner designs. Here we go. So this black banner base was one of the primary ones. I wanted it to just kind of be like a vine texture, basic to use. And then the more formal one, also black banner base here. And then the third one with kind of the cat eyes on it, you can see that I used for, I guess, the most specialty one of the 3, I suppose. But you can see how all the patterns were made there if you want to. Oh, the other thing with the kitchen, we've got obviously the grill back here, and then to the right there's a little fridge in here too. I stole this idea from someone else I saw on the server. You just put out campfires and then you can put meat on the campfires and have them be little shelving units. Next, let's move over to the potion brewing. Another, I guess, moderately functional room, although I haven't used it a whole ton. Sort of jumbled up potion brewing materials, intended to look like a very busy potion room, I guess. There are some stairs going down here. I'll show you that in just a moment. And here we have my bedroom. And there's not too much in here. A little pool with fizz in it. and then a couple of my other animals. Oh my gosh, looks like I forgot to name one of them. That's funny. I thought all of these guys were named. I guess not. But we do have Phoebe and Reginald here as well, and a handful of guys sitting up on top of the little platform here, which is actually next to the bathroom door. I decided to add a little bathroom in here just for fun and tried to make a little sink, a shower, and it came out pretty cool. It's very spacious, at least. And another cool thing is there's actually a secret back door if you swim up the shower and out the back here. You can come out this little tunnel and wind up just outside the side of the temple here. Looks like it's nighttime once again. I guess I may as well show off my my secret room. There's one secret room in the temple here, and it is right behind my bed, behind this painting here. I didn't actually mean to take the painting off there, but you can see where it is now. And you can get in there by using elytra, sort of double jumping right here somehow. You'll slide in above this block, above the bed, and then you can work your way over the candle and through the little gap here. That's the only way to get in here. And then there's just a sort of fancy looking room with my fancy stuff in here. Last part here, let's head down these stairs. I've got another portal here with it actually just links up to the portal that we came in through. So it's another way out. Oh, there's those other banners that I was mentioning. And if you continue down, there is just my basic functional grindy stuff. The beacon here that goes up to where the bridge is sitting right here. I've got this slime chunk right here, which is actually pretty nice that I found right below the base, so I can just sort of AFK accumulate slime while I'm around the base. This goes down to some more mining cave stuff, the basic stuff. But if we stop off here, there's a hidden button here. And before I do this, I'm going to go ahead and set my spawn. There's a button here that opens this door briefly. You can run through, and there's a little ice road here. It's basically a quick way to teleport, well, back to spawn, actually, because what you can do is come right to the end of the road here and drop down this tunnel, and I've built it near a fortress, or not fortress, a stronghold. So you go through the stronghold portal and you come out at the end here, and then you can fly right over to the portal, and basically, I missed a little bit, but basically you can use that to insta travel back to the world spawn from where my base is. But since I set my spawn point here, I'm just back at the base. But that's something that I have been using since I got it set up, and it's a really nice way to travel just right back to spawn. So I can fast travel there instead of going a few thousand blocks. My base isn't terribly far away, but negative 2600, 3600 is out there a little ways. Of course, nether travel is not bad at all either. So with that, I think that's basically the whole base here. I hope I didn't miss too much, and I hope I showed it off decently well. I might have been jumping around a little too much, going fast at times, but I hope you got the idea, and I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely had a really good time building it, and I'm pretty proud of it. Probably the coolest thing that I've built in Minecraft, and yeah, pretty happy with how it turned out all around. So I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have an outstanding rest of your day.